This is Electric Universe Eyes, and today I'm going to narrate The Great Comet Venus by David Talbott, 1997. Section titled Challenge of Communication. To set the context for our analysis of myth in this series of articles, let me register a few preliminary observations. It has been my own sense that the greatest difficulty for the Velikovskian researcher is communication, a difficulty compounded, paradoxically, by success of the methodology. By removing certain common suppositions about the past, the methodology enables one to penetrate to core ideas expressed in every ancient culture. It permits this breakthrough by revealing underlying celestial forms and episodes of showing that certain highly specific occurrences are reflected in widely divergent symbols. But historians and mythologists have virtually never considered the possibility that extraordinary events may have occurred in the sky. A communications problem arises, therefore, from the methodology's success in exposing a unified substratum of ancient experience. Since the underlying forms of myth will not be found in our sky today, but are almost always interpreted by the experts in relation to our sky language itself, becomes an obstacle to discovery. That issue, however, quickly becomes very large and cannot be adequately resolved within the brief space of a single article or even a series of articles. Therefore, some compromise is necessary, requiring us to set aside temporarily certain questions, even when they seem to clamor for recognition. I will give a simple example of the difficulty based on the overarching conclusion of my own investigation. In seeking out the underlying patterns of myth, I found three key figures. Creator King. This figure stands at the head of the line of kings. He may be translated as heaven or as the sun god, a stationary sun ruling before the present epoch, or as the primeval unity from which arose all of the secondary powers in the age of the gods. Mother Goddess. She is the mother, daughter, or spouse of the Creator King, standing in a very concrete relationship to him. At root, the Mother Goddess is a radiant star shining as the great God's central heart and soul, his glory and power departing from him in a period of cosmic upheaval. Warrior hero. He is the most post-popular figure of myth, presented in so many guises that the elementary structure of his biography is easily missed. In the most frequently stated versions of the story, he is the son of the Mother Goddess and prototype of the great prince who defeats chaos monsters in primeval times. As such, he is the exemplary model in the sky of the terrestrial warrior king. Now here is the problem. I have never found a practical way to undertake a discussion of the comet Venus without confronting all three mythical figures. There are two reasons for this. One, the planet Venus is inseparably linked to the Mother Goddess. I make this observation in full recognition that many cultures did not preserve an astronomy or empirical discipline necessary to retain the identification. Fortunately, where astronomies did preserve the connecting link with Venus, more than sufficient evidence is available to decide the issue. 2. The Mother Goddess is inseparably linked to both the Creator King and the Warrior Hero, because the Goddess is the departing heart-soul of the Creator King and also the mother or consort of the Warrior Hero. It is virtually impossible to explore the cometary symbols attached to Venus without continually bumping into the two companion personalities. But the fact of the matter is that the cometary images of Venus give us more than enough material to work with, and to go beyond this material would be to invite a communications breakdown. Therefore, I have resorted to the briefest possible summary of the Creator King and Warrior Hero roles without any attempt to clarify, much less substantiate, the identifications I have elaborated in previous Aeon articles. Our approach will be to acknowledge relationships only where such an acknowledgement is unavoidable, and hope at the same time that the many new readers of Aeon will be able to look past this limitation. Our goal in this series of articles is to demonstrate that the Velikovskian methodology works. We will begin in the present installment by applying that methodology to Mesoamerican myths, symbols, and astronomical traditions of Venus. That will be followed in subsequent articles by summaries of the Venus image among other cultures, with sufficient cross-referencing to verify that the primary themes occur on every continent and that all of the acknowledged hieroglyphs for the comet are repeatedly and inexplicably affixed to the planet Venus. This was Velikovsky's controversial message, now supported by much broader research.